Oh, stream even. Go on, here we go. Oh my god! That's so fucking sick, bro. That is so sick.
And that's why I have flare trait on.
That is so... They're done. Okay, so this video we're going to be showing you how to play Any. We're going to start off by looking at Billy's build, who is our club Any. And of course, for those of you who watch the streams regularly, you'll know that we're 130-0 right now. So he kind of knows what he's doing. We've won Division 1 8 times in a row. Hopefully we can carry on winning it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and do so for all the best pro clubs tips. We live stream on this channel every single day. Billy's Twitter and Twitch, where he streams high level 11 vs 11 pro clubs, are linked in the description.
So basically, I use 5.6, 1.16, and this is what I've been using for like the last 2 weeks. But at the start of John's streams, I was using 5.8. I was using 5.8 just because I like to be taller for headers, but like even playing 11 man, I still want headers at 5.6. So I just decided to keep it for the last 2 weeks, and it's going well. And then for the trait, I use this in everything I do, so like low man. I use second win because the stamina is absolutely awful in this game. Nothing on defending because I'm a striker. Dribbling, I just like to go for 5-star skills. And flair because you've seen how I play, I just like to do them fancy flicks and that. Passing, I have nothing because 82 short pass is fine, and I'd rather some of the skill points elsewhere. Shooting, I just go for 5-star weak foot. It's because where I played Ultimate Team, just having the ability to turn on either foot and just bang it with how this game is and long shots. And then pace wise, I just took off this acceleration because it only takes me up to 95 and 94. So I didn't think it was worth it for extra 5 points. I could rather just get like weak foot 5-star over an extra 2 pace and 1 acceleration.
Yeah, that's the big difference in your build is the 5-star. I use the 4-star, which is, I don't know, I don't notice it too much because of like the way we play. But probably if I played 11 man, I would probably have a 5, but I just don't, so I don't know.
For me, it was just Ultimate Team.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, I couldn't use a 5-star weak foot player up front. Like, it doesn't make much difference on clubs, I think, but like, for example, if I was defending against like Griezmann, I know not to let him on his left foot. But if you're against Neymar, you gotta play a guessing game.
So a lot of you are asking for Billy's build, and there it is. His links are in the description. We're now going to take a look at how Billy plays Any by going into a quick game, followed by some clips of us playing in Division 1 at a much higher level. But Billy's going to talk you through little tips that he uses to be, in my opinion, one of the best Ennies on the game.
But yeah, I use a 4-back just because I like to have more men in midfield in a lower division. And like with a 5-back, I just feel the defence line so deep. You can't press, and you watch in the video how I like to play. I just like to press high and win the ball as high as possible.
We normally play with a 4-1-2-1-2, and then if we are struggling in a game where like we come up against more players than us, 5 or 6, when we normally play a 4, we'll switch it to a 5 just so the wing backs can cover their wide runs and they don't stretch us too much.
So I start off by going defensive because the defence does stay back a little bit more, but it's not too deep.
Yeah, we always go defensive as soon as we start.
Most people go ultra, but it just pins you. And here, like, if it's a 2-on-2, just you got to try and watch the run. And like kind of press as well at the same time. It's hard because you don't want to give them too much space, but it's just mainly about watching the run because that's how they're going to score. And then I do offside trap just as a ultimate team habit to get the team up the pitch because again, the worst thing is just being pinned in where you can't get out.
Do you think that works when we score and going into offside trap straight away?
I'm not going to risk not doing it. I've done it for like 2 FIFAs now.
Yeah.
And then basically with Any, it's all about just keeping the ball in there. Like I mainly try to go as close as I can to the strikers or whoever's controlling the other people. I don't like playing it around my fullbacks. And then here again, just watch the runs.
I'd say 99% of people who you're going to defend against are just trying to play through balls in behind.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Unless they're playing possession, but you'll know that like that comes in Div 1. You won't get that in Div 2.
Yeah.
So the rest is all about just winning the ball, like reading what the guy's going to do, like reading the passes to the striker.
It's kind of hard in Div 10 as well, and like the lower divisions, because your CPUs are actually a lot worse than they're going to get, so it's really hard to defend, I think.
You got to do it more yourself in Div 10. Like you got to read the run that second earlier. So again, just going to press him and watch the run of the other guy. And then always watch the sweat as well.
Yeah.
Most people on clubs want to sweat.
Nice. Okay.
it's all basically about just giving them the lowest chance of scoring.
Yeah. The main thing is going to be practice as well. Like, you guys are going to have to practice a lot.
So it's all about just reading the pass. Like there, you can see it. I switched to the centre back and stepped up.
Yeah.
Just because I knew the pass was going to the striker.
How do you deal with the player selection? Because
I use the right stick, unless I'm desperate and I use L1, but normally it's right stick.
Yeah.
But sometimes the right stick fucks up and it doesn't switch on the FIFA.
Yeah.
And it's all about just jockeying. Just like don't buy it on his passes and that. Just try and block everything.
I don't think I've ever seen you slide tackle unless we're like 4-0 up.
No.
It's just
the
too
thing
risky.
is with slides. Yeah, and I also you can win the ball and get a red card, and like if I can slide to win the ball, I can click circle to win the ball.
Yeah, so it is weirdly quite hard to defend in the lower divisions because these guys aren't probably the perfect example, but you are going to match up against like level 88 strikers who are just down in Div 10 messing around, and then they can obviously run in behind your like 74 rated paced centre backs. So
yeah.
It's quite difficult.
Yeah, it's mainly just about getting a read of your opponent. Like in the first half, I can normally work out what the other guy's gonna do, so I can read like for the rest of the game what their plan is. Like here, I'm just following the sweat, and then I gamble on him because I know he's gonna take that touch. It's just about shutting off the chance and making him think he's got to go by himself, and then committing on him when he takes a bad touch. That's how I do it anyway. Like I'm really aggressive when I defend. Like most people can sit back. Like I just like to win the ball, like I said.
Yeah.
I want the ball as much as possible, pretty much.
What about going forwards with the ball? Like, do you just always
I
look
like
for
to keep it with the players. Like I don't want CPU to have the ball, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to, but for the main part, like I'm passing to Johnny, to Harry, to you, to my pro, just because I want like them to stay out of the attack.
Yeah, because it's more about, even though the CPUs, especially in Div 1, are actually quite good, it's more about like they're getting dragged out of position. So if you're like running up with the left back and then bringing him into striker, you then don't have a left back to defend their next attack. And
especially because with this FIFA, how it works for instructions, if you hold the ball for like 5 minutes, your fullbacks join the attack. And then in Div 1, you mainly play against like 3-4 people, so that's a cam and 2 strikers. One of the strikers will be in the gap.
Yeah.
Like if you go quick when attacking, it kind of eliminates that threat. That's why I don't like playing possession. I'll check what camera I use quick, because I can see the whole pitch.
I think you use co-op.
Yeah, but I use co-op with 20 height 0 zoom. It basically just lets me see the full pitch.
Yeah.
It's like if someone's running through on the opposite side, I can just switch to him.
Yeah.
It's just all about just stopping the through balls and like giving them the lowest chance to score off their attack.
Like there, you're pressing him whilst covering the pass at the same time.
So if he passes, he loses it. If he hesitates, I'll tap. I want to get a one-on-one. I want to show you that thing. Do you know that like rainbow flick? Like,
oh
exit,
yeah.
so.
Oh, stream even. Go on, here we go. Oh my god. That's so fucking sick, bro. That is so sick.
And that's why I have flare trait on.
That is so... They're done. They're done. So yeah, obviously some good tips from Billy there whilst he's commentating over a Div 10 game. But Div 10 is obviously kind of easy. So let's get into Division 1. This is obviously from our streams. Clips of Billy, who's highlighted in red, playing in any. Now, something that will help is having a good CDM, but obviously there's a lot you can do as an any without one in order to still succeed. So let's just watch a lot of these clips. A lot of it is already been spoken about by Billy himself, right? Player selecting, making sure you're tracking the runs, marking the sweats, and making their player make a decision. There's lots of good examples here where you can see here, he's just body blocking the other guy, and whilst he's doing that, he secretly kind of sneaks over and puts in the tackle on the other player. And it's about basically outsmarting your opponent as much as you can. Here he gets gong side, but just gives him the big push away, and then comes out with possession, always looking to play forward and simple. Again here they get the ball, he cuts back quite nicely, but he's just standing off him and he forces him to rush a pass, and that's where our CDM Johnny P comes in to try and basically take the ball off him, and obviously that works. Our CDM build, cam build, striker build, all linked in the description of this video if you want to know how we set up in that. Now there's no magic secret to becoming a better any, obviously. It's a lot of consistent playing on the game and understanding how opponents are probably going to play against you. There's basic things you can do. A lot of things we see people do is rush in and just end up leaving a centre back out, and then when there's two strikers we can play an easy 1-2 around him and it's a 2-on-1 every single time. Billy will never do that. If he's ever bringing somebody out to pressure, he's always got somebody in there to cover. If it's not our CDM Johnny P, it would be another CPU. And really, you only need to rush out when you're pretty much certain you're going to get the ball. Sometimes you don't, like there. You rushed out, you've done everything right, but look at this, he's just easily covering the options in the box. Johnny P comes over and forces the you know, bad touch from their player, and we end up with possession of the ball. As I said at the start of this video, we do live stream every single night around 6, sometimes later in the evening at 8 or 10 PM as well. So being subscribed is the only way to see us play there. And this is a clip that I really wanted to show you from last night's stream. 2-2, 82 minutes, 128-0, right? We don't want to draw again. We don't want another draw, or worse, a loss. Billy wins the ball back at the start of this clip. You can rewind it to have a look, and it ends up with us going up the other end and scoring the winning goal. Really important to have a good any, guys. If you don't have one, pro clubs is always going to be painful. So try and send this video out to your any if you're not the any, or use this video to try and improve yourself. Thank you for all the support. As I said, guys, Billy's Twitch and Twitter are in the description. I'd appreciate if you dropped him a follow on either of them and just either asked him any questions to do with any, or just send him some love. Why not? He's done us a favour by being in this video. We'll see you tonight on stream. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys all next time.